Hello, I'm Joakim Ferrara, as you can see there. I'd like to greet you, dear students and colleagues watching this, and perhaps people in history who's thinking, oh my god, this was amazing, who did this presentation? Oh, it was me, Joakim Ferrara. Just presenting my neighbor, nothing special, but thank you though. So here comes My Neighborhood by Joakim Ferrara. My dear neighborhood is called Olskroken, as you can see in the picture. This is the main road where you enter Olskroken. You can either come by tram or by car, or to the right there you come by, if you come by bike or walking or whatever. That's where you enter the main part of Olskroken. Things I like about Olskroken, my neighborhood. Great network of public transportation. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's a lot of buses and trams that you can go by if you want to get somewhere in the city, like say you want to go to Ullevi for a concert, Håkan Hellström might be playing, who knows, it would be awesome. Or you want to go to Scandinavium or Liseberg, or you want to get to Kortedal or wherever you want to go. There's a lot of buses and trams that will get you places in Gothenburg. I enjoy that. That's a freedom to move around. And speaking of freedom of moving around, it's also close to the city center, my neighborhood. That means that if I want to say, I feel like walking to say the central station, Centralstationen, or to Brunnsbacken, I can do that as well because it's not too far. It takes about 20 minutes to walk there. Redbergsparken is also a place I enjoy. I will show you a picture of it later and tell you a little bit more about what I like about it. Olskroken is also quite close to Delsjön, which is a good place of nature if you want to go for a swim in the summer in the lake, or if you just want to go for a barbecue, or want to relax in a forest area. I will go to Delsjön. I would also like to say that Olskroken is to me it's like a small city in the city, because you have these sort of suburban luxuries that I enjoy, like ICA supermarket. It's open from 7 to 11 at night, which means that if I'm at home and I get the urge for maybe I want some ice cream, or maybe I want some fruit, or I need milk for the coffee tomorrow, whatever, I can pretty much leave my apartment at 22:50 and I will make it before they close. Also has a lot of good bakeries if you want to buy like fresh new bread and stuff like that. It's always, it feels good to go into a bakery and buy it more than going to a store perhaps. I don't do it every time, but it's nice that it's there. And now of course, Systembolaget is also in Olskroken, which is good, if you want to buy something there, you don't have to go into the city. It's in my neighborhood. There's also plenty of local bars and restaurants in Olskroken, which I will tell you a little bit more about later on. Here is Redbergsparken. As you can see, it's got a nice view of the city, sweet green grass, not this summer, but usually green grass, and it's a nice place to relax, lay down on a blanket, read a book, listen to a podcast, whatever you feel like doing. And it's one, I would say, perhaps sort of a smultronställe, as we say in Swedish. Family. My parents are named Mario and Kristina. I have two sisters. They are named Jennifer and Cindy. And I have my girlfriend, of course, Kajsa, whom I live with in Olskroken. Since I'm 29 years old, I obviously don't live with my parents. But my dad Mario lives in Thailand, and my mother Christina, she lives in Olskroken as well, actually. Jennifer lives in Gothenburg, and Cindy lives in Stockholm. And here are some pictures of my family. This is me, this is my dad Mario, this is my mother Christina, and this was my grandmother Claire. She has unfortunately passed away since then, but that's a nice picture, I like it. And that's me about just a few months old, and my sister Cindy, I think she's about 7 then. Speaking of my sisters, here's Jennifer. She's about 24 now. She likes tattoos, and she's also a chef like I used to be. and that Cindy, she's some kind of building manager for this like construction company app. It's complicated to explain, but she's the sales manager of an app company that I think the app is used to make things easier for construction workers and stuff like that. Don't let me get into it. I don't know as much about it, but that's Cindy. She's really into like LGBTQ rights and stuff. I think this is from the Stockholm Pride Festival a few years ago. And she's about 34, unless that is, if I didn't say that. And here's me, and that's my girlfriend Kaisa, whom I live with in my neighborhood. Things I like to do in my neighborhood. As I mentioned earlier, for those of you who are listening, I like to go out for dinner or a drink, and when I do, I usually go to Paddington's, which is a British pub. It's a nice environment, it's a good place if you want to watch a football game, which I also enjoy. And if you want a good piece of food, go to Paddington's. I also enjoy Mustindisk Ölkompaniet, the bar that's in the picture. It's a nice place. They have a lot of different kinds of beer, which I enjoy, and a great selection. I like to watch local football, and when I do, I usually go to Helena Park to watch Gothia Cup in the summer. There's a lot of games being played there, and if you want to watch Creeding FF, they also play there. Lund and ÖBK play at Överåsvallen, which is another football field in my area. I don't go there too often, but I do it sometimes in the summer if I want to see the Gothia Cup primarily. But it's a nice area, it's quite newly rebuilt, and yeah, I also have a library. I don't go there very often, to be honest. Yes. And I think that's about all about my neighborhood. Thank you for listening and watching, and I look forward to hearing and seeing things about your neighborhoods. That is all. Thank you.